welcome back. I did it with the hammer thing. I did it. We're all good now. I wanted to, talk more about, no, that's funny. I wanted to talk more about the filibuster as I write down what time it is. Go to 8 o'clock, okay. Everybody's favorite topic, the filibuster. I was talking about it last week, and I was saying how, I don't agree with Obama because he doesn't like the filibuster, but I think it's good. And I was reading the Wikipedia article on the filibuster, and they quoted Hamilton. It was like Federalist 54 or something, where he talks about this. Like Hamilton guy, he talked about everything. Crazy. Okay. Did he sneeze? Was that a sneeze? Okay. Move the microphone closer and talk quieter, I guess. I guess I'll cut that out. I've got to listen. Hold on. Oh, shoot. I'm back. I don't know if you could hear, but the same thing happened where one time I did an ocarina episode where the guy below me made a loud noise, and I thought he was upset that I was being too loud and I was talking too much, and it just happened again. Listen back. I think it was a sneeze. I think it was a sneeze. It was like, whoa. But it could have been, shut up. You're so loud. Stop being so stupid. Talking so much. I can't concentrate on my homework. So I brought the microphone closer, and I'm going to talk a little bit quieter today. I hate when I do that. No matter how many times I do this, I can't get louder. I can't do it. I don't get over it. I've been doing this for 2 years. I've gotten a little bit better at talking, but not the social thing. I don't want to be loud in my apartment. I don't want to bother him. I don't want him to be mad at me. He's mad at me. Okay, I hear him talking. There's no way he can hear me if I talk like this. How do I grab? There we go. I was talking too loud before. I was talking about Alexander Hamilton. I know. maybe he was upset, like, Hamilton sucks, talk about Jefferson. You would be a Hamilton guy. The whole point of this note was like Hamilton agrees with Obama. He's like, whew, this is tough. Because when I get a little bit more into the topic, I talk louder, and then it's hard to focus. Because I'm playing this this weird game. What's an example of a game that's like this, where you have to keep something in between, like you don't want to go too high, but you don't want to go too low. And I'm trying to keep it balanced in the middle. Like, okay, this is a perfect volume level where you can hear me, but he can't get mad at me because I'm not being loud enough. And so it takes a lot of effort to keep your volume in that range. So it's hard to think about topics too, on top of that, and to also play this stupid Wind Waker game. Is he gonna, yep. Hey, what are you doing? What do you think you're doing? Get away from there. What do I put on top of the... I can't leave her here, can I? Okay, I'm just gonna leave you here. Yeah, today is not a Hamilton note day. It's too much thought. But Hamilton talked about the filibuster, kind of. He was like, oh, come on. He just said it would be bad if you needed a supermajority to pass bills, like we do now, where you need 60 votes in the Senate to pass a bill. That would be bad, he says. Oh, wait a minute. But I still think I disagree. Get away from her. I disagree with Hamilton and Obama. That's not a good list to be on. But I agree with Mitch McConnell. Whoops, maybe I'm not on the right side. Does Mitch McConnell like the filibuster? I think he does. Obviously it helps the Republicans a lot, because they... No. I need to do something like... left, middle, right, middle. I mean, the Republicans can still... I don't think it's possible for the Republicans to ever get more than 60 senators. But I think it's possible for the Democrats too. I mean, never say never, but the Republicans have never really had that many senators. Sometimes they win the presidency, and sometimes they win the House. Sometimes they win the Senate, but with a couple extra. So it probably would be in their best interest to keep the filibuster. I can't open the door. Then how do I get through? What do I do? Medley, help me. Give me an actual hint. I have a key. Oh, I have a key. Let's go back. Let's go through the key door. I'll try to talk about Hamilton. God, sorry I'm being quiet. I'm sorry to you for being quiet. I'm sorry to him for being too loud. I'm ridiculous. My brain is a broken brain. No, I need my friend. Come back. So Hamilton talks about how passing laws should just take a majority. It should take 51 votes in the Senate. It should take 200 and whatever in the House. If you don't, then what ends up happening is you get a minority who can be obstructionist. It's pretty crazy that he knew. I mean, I guess it's obvious, but this is what's happening now. And he knew that was going to happen. And it's kind of funny that Aaron Burr kind of inadvertently created the filibuster rule. The filibuster is kind of like a loophole rule. It wasn't in the Constitution. It was never really intended to happen. But it just happened because Aaron Burr passed this resolution in like 1808 or something. And then in like 1850, someone was like, wait a minute, I can use this to filibuster. And so that's what happened. I think you can do this. So now we have a filibuster, which means you can't pass most laws in the Senate without 60 votes. Except budget stuff. And this COVID bill is going to pass because it's a budget thing. And most things affect the budget, so most things can be passed majority, I guess. No, what happened? How did that happen? Come over here. Get over here. Oh. I'm learning a lot more about the government too. I mean, there's this thing called the Senate parliamentarian. I never knew what that was, but she's just like a person who decides if a bill can be put in the can go through this reconciliation process, or which means it only takes 50 votes, or it cannot go through the reconciliation process, which means it needs a filibuster to pass. Come on, no, let me go. Don't. Go. Wave bird. Don't wave bird on me. But that's not the point. What's the point? Hamilton disagreed with me about the filibuster, said minority can come up with the works. When I don't have any viewers to disagree with me, I have to go to Hamilton. I kind of wish like I could have a kind of a semi-debate, like someone would be watching and be like, I disagree with you about the filibuster, and I'd be like, okay, you're gonna make me smarter by disagreeing. Let's have a smart debate. And then maybe I'm very agreeable, so I'll probably just be like, yeah, you're right, but I'll learn a little bit along the way, hopefully. But nobody's watching and nobody's disagreeing with me, so I need to go to Hamilton. What does Hamilton say? This is pretty much what he says, I think, which is like what Obama says. And I was thinking, well, Obama's dumb and I don't agree with him. But then when Hamilton says it, I'm like, oh, okay, Hamilton's right. He's like, nothing would ever get done if a minority block of the Senate could block bills. I think Hamilton might have been thinking, we have a different system now. We have a two-party system. Hamilton, I guess he could have envisioned a two-party system, but I don't think that's what he was thinking of when he was thinking about minority. I think he was thinking like multiple parties, and the fact that there's only two parties in the US means there's always going to be a minority and there's always going to be a majority. There's always going to be a minority party and there's always going to be a majority party. But in a Hamilton world, maybe there's like 10 parties and they're all minority parties. And he's like, well, a couple of these minority parties shouldn't be able to stop the majority parties. I guess it's a little semantical what I'm saying. But I wanted to try to talk about it here, and this is a bad episode to do it, because I was going to try to think up a point here, and be like, well, what's my actual point? No, I didn't want to do that. See, this is hard. still believe if you want to get something major done, you should have the majority of Americans behind you. And that would be represented in the Senate. Like, if you had 60 senators, you could get this stuff passed. If you had 60% of the country, I know it doesn't always equal, well, 60 senators equals 60%, and the Republicans have an advantage in that. But I think, like, well, maybe make it 55 senators. Then you can't really complain that much, right? If it's 55. Make it 54, make it 50, but there's, maybe, I don't... You should need some kind of a super majority to get important bills passed, like minimum wage or whatever. I don't know. What's another one? Like, to get a new state, like if they want to make DC a state, you should probably need 60 senators for that to happen. If 40 senators are saying that's a bad idea, then that's like a lot of senators. And oops, I don't have a bottle anyway. A lot of people will say like, oh, well, 70% of Americans agree with this new COVID bill. And the Republicans are being really, like, annoyingly obstructionist. You can tell they're going to do the Mitch McConnell thing again, where he's just going to say, everybody in the Senate, Republicans, just say no to anything Biden says. It's kind of annoying. What do I do here? This? Ooh. How do I get a thing here? Can I move this? Oh. I think I have to end. Well, we survived. You have no idea the slings and arrows I suffer to do this. It's so hard for me. Maybe I'll leave in some of me just like sitting here just going like, oh God, because that's good. That's how I feel. And I don't feel that way very often. But just like that draining feeling of like, oh, I don't like people and being around people and I'm hurting people just by existing, and it's my apartment. It's supposed to be a safe place. But he sneezed. Gosh dang it, he sneezed. He sneezed. He did not yell at me, he sneezed. You're a psychopath. You have a legit mental disability. Okay, he's ready to go. I'm ready to go. And I'll see you tomorrow. I feel like it's a little bit too dark in here, but I don't know. Bye.